Hey guys, I just looked at the title and the word writing is not in the title, so I guess it got chopped off when I was pasting it. But anyway, I'll fix that later. For those that don't know, I'm working on writing a paper for my Free Grace versus Lordship class, and we're reading Charles Bing's or Charlie Bing, however word you want to call him, his dissertation that was put into a book called Lordship Salvation. I'll share my screen. Okay. One second. Let me bring this paper up. And here we go. Let's see how long I can stay awake today. It's raining, so hopefully we'll have connection. I think we will. All right, so I was just cutting through here, right, on this second chapter. You could see that most of this is all footnotes. So what I want to do is I want to take the footnotes out as much as possible. In other words, integrate it, sort of. Some of them I can't do that for. Like, so these are, I'm not writing the paper yet. This is just preparation for that. So, and this is not properly formatted. So like we have Elmer Inlow, okay? We'll go ahead and put this red because we already evaluated. We got Gentry. And we got the accusation that Bing makes, at least on his comments. We got this Ibid here. I don't want to do this, but essentially what I want to do is I want to go through and clean this up a little bit. Probably the best way to do this. Let me just read what I have here. So, for some reason, I had this preserved. Faith is a necessary result. Bing is in line with the Free Grace Alliance, which tends to appeal to other Protestants. Rari took this approach in So Great Salvation. They can agree on the volitional aspect of saving faith. Bing quotes a guy named Inlow several times. He includes submission in his definition of faith. Bing also quotes Gentry several times. He is the one that commits the root fallacy with pith. He never says why it means bind. He also is guilty of the preposition fallacy. He quotes MacArthur, Gospel According to Jesus, in these places. Rari burns the straw man of casual acceptance on these pages. He quotes Muller in several places. He thinks faith is synonymous with obedience. They all say Lord as Master. They think it will that they will endure to the end, or the faith will endure to the end. He fails on pith too. Patho means persuade, come to believe. Muller cites Becker on pith. Still, Becker admits that the root has the basic meaning of trust, a meaning which should only be altered with unequivocal evidence. It hardly ever means obey. See the active voice in perfect tense use, trust, for a definition of pisteuo. James Barr warns against this. Lexicons define faith as obedience and submission. Now, I think the issue that I'm having as I'm looking at this is I got these massive footnotes, right? Tons of footnotes. And so I have no idea of how long this paper is. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about taking, I could just do select all, I'll control A. I'm going to copy my footnotes into another document. Okay. Now that also copied the document. Okay, yeah, I did it right. So here's all my footnotes preserved. So I'm just going to call this Bing Footnotes. Bing footnotes paper, something like that. So now that I have that, now I'm going to do my best to try to eliminate the footnotes are preserved. So now I'm going to try to do my best to eliminate the footnotes up here. Okay. Bing is in line with FGA, which tends to appeal to other Protestants. Ryrie took this approach as so great salvation. They could agree on the volitional aspect of faith. Bing quotes a guy named Enslow several times. So now let me say something about Enslow. Okay. So let's do this. Let's just put the date, 1972. Quotes a guy named Enslow. We'll just say, we'll just put 1972 for now. That gives me an idea of when Enslow wrote, right? So let's go ahead and erase that one. Bing quotes a guy named Enslow several times. So let's make this clear. Enslow included submission in his definition of faith. Okay. Bing also quotes Gentry several times. He is the one that commits the root fallacy with Pitt. He never says why it means bind. He also is guilty of the preposition fallacy. He quotes MacArthur, Gospel according to Jesus. Ryrie burns a straw man. Casual acceptance. He quotes Muller and several. He thinks faith is synonymous with obedience. All right, so now let's look at this number 2. Well, actually, it'd be number 1. So where'd number 1 go? Right? I already got it. So where's number 1? There it is. He quotes Gentry several times. So let's see what we could say about Gentry here. The great option. In the great option, Gentry argues in a way similar to B.B. Warfield. Okay. It never says how or why to bind equals to obey. Gentry claims that pith to bind equals obey. Okay. So Warfield claims that whatever a person considers binding upon himself is the object of the person's faith. Who argued that the object of one's faith had a binding effect, something like that. Right? So now we can eliminate that footnote. The other thing is we need to switch to double space here. Let me just do it like that for now. All right. He's the one that commits pith. He never says why it means binding. Guilty quotes MacArthur, Ray Burns Strongman, and quotes Muller in surplus. He thinks faith is synonymous with obedience. So I think one thing I wanted to do was I should have included the dates. So I want to do that. I want to include the dates of the works. So this is 1987. All right. And we can erase that one. We got this statement here about they all say Lord and Lord's master. In other words, you got to receive him as master. So you got all of these guys are all saying the same thing. They think it will endure to the end. MacArthur, right? I'll change this day to MacArthur. Uh-oh, I just felt kind of tired just now. Patho means persuade, come to believe. All right, so we can remove that one. Muller cites Becker on pith. So you got all of these resources here. Still, Becker Menses root has a basic meaning of trust. It seems to be, for though being persuaded is the base for obedience, it's not the same thing. Meaning of trust with as the basis for obedience, but not itself obedience, something like that. Okay, so now we can eliminate Becker. So here's all the places where it hardly ever means obey. Can erase that one. See the active voice in perfect use tense. That's the language stuff. James Barr is against this. Lexicon defines it to be submission but neglect context and usage. Yeah, so this is about both of and be submission but neglects context and usage. They take theological concept. Or lexical meaning. So let's go ahead and erase that one. Vine gets it wrong and MacArthur quotes it. Good enough for me. Boatman is cited for obey. However, Boatman does affirm such a meaning pursuit rely on our trust. He gets Hebrews 11 wrong. Barr warned about this. See Schnackenberg. Castile in relation to its use with preposition. There's another footnote somewhere. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. Hey, Jeremy. Yeah, I'm still at it. Got no choice. Jeremy says, I want to contact SAT and see if I can get a formal debate between you and the Rooster and cover the cost of the transfer. The Rooster, I imagine the opening will be epic. Yeah. I bet the Rooster's Mexican. I mean, well, he's Filipino, right? He's Filipino. He's Filipino, but he probably has ese Rooster kind of He's talking about Janet's rooster that's always in the background whenever Janet joins the streams. Man, I'm going to have to spin this into a paper. All this is my chopped up notes from the first chapter. But once I have it all double spaced, I think what I'll do is... Oh, my wife is calling. 1 second, guys. Let me mute y'all. All right, go ahead. Say hi to Janet. Talk to everybody. They can hear your voice. You don't have to see them.
I'm oh, hi there. Please tell them. Tell them about the borders, the bed spacer, the room that I'm going to have borders in order for me to have income. I'm making. I want to make a 3 double deck bed so that in one room of my house to make three double deck bed. So that's it. Charlie.
Okay, I'll translate for you.
Okay. Okay, please. Thank you.
All right, yeah. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye for now. What Janet was talking about is that she's converting the bottom floor of her house. She lives in a 2-story house, and she actually lives in the top story. The bottom house, she's putting bunk beds in. She's getting it all set up so that she calls it a bed spacer, but basically she's kind of creating like a dormitory for like college students or whatever, like college girls or whatever, that they could stay here. I don't know what that's called, but y'all get the idea. My translation is not that good. Anyway, all right, going on. All right, so let's get rid of some more footnotes. Number two, where are you? Number three. There's a 5. So there's a 3 and a 2 up here somewhere. That means there's a 1. Wonder where the 1 is. And we'll get it later. Mm-hmm. There's a way to go to different footnotes. Like, oh yeah, next footnote. See? You can do that. while y'all are over there talking about the presentation. And I'm not doing good finding footnotes here. It's alright, I'll find that one later. Having some glitching going on here. So one thing cool happened. A guy sent me a screenshot of David Benjamin giving his view of James unashamedly, right? Arguing that it had error. And I shared that on my community post. And I don't know if he got it from me or someone else sent him the same screenshot. But Ornato, or however you say his name, Diamante, he posted it as well. So David Benjamin is getting all the publicity he never wanted, or maybe ever wanted, not sure. I'm just so tired. That's probably the reason why I'm doing this particular method, because I'm essentially just trying to get everything on one page. And if I could do a little bit of cutting, like I said, this is not my paper. These are my notes. I know that a chapter on repentance will be a big one too. This is the one on faith. So it had a lot of footnotes. I'm so tired. Well, I'm sitting at 21 pages and I'm just so tired. So I gotta cut this down more. I need to essentially cut it in half tomorrow. Once again, this is not my paper. These are my notes. Okay? Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, Ashley, I'll be working on that. With all the Cayman Rider. Okay. I just got free from Lordship Salvation very recently. Congratulations. Jeremy says, I'm a Lordshipper myself, but anyone who speaks their mind should be respected and honored as follower of Christ. We need less haters. Yeah. When doing research, Lordship is not even just an error, it's straight into the gospel. God finally helped me realize that. Okay, good. Yeah, question with Judas Salvation. I just went to your channel via your thing. It's just your personal page. I am more Free Grace Fellowship. I used to be scared of Matthew, but now God help me realize it's not rocket science. People trust in the words, well, the fathers believe alone not. Okay, that's one option. No, the thumbnail's on Layman's page because I do the presentation on his channel. Oh, I do the presentation on his channel. Judas have a super interesting topic. I think he's saved, but I lean toward the view that he might not be. We have time to alright. I'm interacting. Are people leaving hate comments already? I'm too tired to look at. I'm scared to look at. I don't know about the Judas thing. No feedback out there. How comfortable? Okay. No comments yet. Oh boy. Well, guys, I may fall asleep and I may wake up early again, like within an hour possibly. So yeah, if so, I'll see y'all. I'll come back and work on this later. But it would be nice if I could sleep. So anyway, guys, instead of telling you all those things, I'm just going to tell you to explore the channel. Watch something, watch something that you're interested in. YouTube recommends stuff for you now. So, just experiment and let us know what you think about the content. Some of it's old, some of it's new, some of it, it could be redone, it could be reworked. So anyway, God bless, guys.